Hey folks. Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting edition of the Old Biker Dude Show Home Edition, where we make things right here at home in the kitchen because it's too cold to ride my motorcycle and film content. This morning we're going to be making a really cool recipe. It's basically Southern breakfast casserole. And I would strongly advise you stick around for this video because once you've, if you follow the instructions on all this, and I'm going to put all the ingredients in the video description box, there is a lot of ingredients. I think you'll find that you'll really enjoy this recipe. This is a good one. Southern breakfast casserole is an old Southern favorite, of course. It's got all the things in it that we Southern folks like. I'm going to run through the ingredients real quickly for you, but like I said, they'll be listed in the video description. First, I've chopped up some sweet peppers and also about 1/3 of an onion. There's about 1/3 of a pound of Tennessee Pride spicy sausage. You don't have to use spicy. I've got about a tablespoon of chives right there. I've got 1 3/4 cups of water and broth mixed together. That's chicken broth. I've also got about 2/3 of a cup of grits right here. I've got some sour cream. I've got some coconut oil, which I'm going to do my stir frying in. Low moisture part skim mozzarella cheese, and of course salt and pepper, and 4 eggs. And that's going to be the ingredients. So let's get started making Southern breakfast casserole here on the Old Biker Dude Show Home Edition. Alright, the very first thing we're going to do is pop our little pan here on the eye and put our water and broth mixture into it. And we're going to heat this up to boiling and add our grits to it. But in the meantime, I'm also, while using a little bit of this coconut oil right here, I'm going to sort of stir fry my veggies over here. Oh, red and yellow. Well, it's sort of yellow, it's sort of orange. You know, it's a delicious looking little sweet pepper. These were the little miniature ones that you buy in the bag where there's like 10 or 12 of them in there. And I'm going to go ahead and heat those up on this eye over here. And while I am stir frying my sausage and peppers over here, I'm going to add, about that much garlic, minced garlic, to the mix over here. Now, for those of you that may not be that familiar with grits, once you've got your water boiling like this, you just add your grits in kind of slowly so that they all get perfectly saturated as soon as they hit the water. It's real important not to just dump them in there all at once. And continue to stir for just a few minutes, or just a few seconds like this. And then you can add a little salt if you want to. But you'll see it's at a pretty hard boil. And now I'm just going to turn it down and hold it up off the heat and stir it like this. Of course, for the healthier version of this, you do not need to add salt. Of course, we always add pepper to just about everything. And that's what I'm doing there. And just rustle it around a little bit. And I'm also going to throw in, maybe a teaspoon or tablespoon of butter or so. And there we go. And as soon as I do that, I'm going to cover it with a top. Like that. And we're going to cook the grits for about 5 minutes. And then while my grits are cooking and my stir-fried sausage and peppers are going, I'm going to beat up these 4 country fresh eggs I got from my neighbor into the mixing bowl that I was using, that my broth and water were in. Now, it's a good idea with grits when they've been sort of simmering for about 2 minutes of your 5, is to just give them a little stir. And since I'm using a stainless steel pot, I want to scrape the bottom with my spoon real good, because they do have a little tendency to stick to the bottom, and I don't want that to happen. But now that it's just on simmer heat, once I've stirred them up, then they'll be fine. Now 5 minutes or so is about all you should need for your grits. As you can see, they're thickening up this time when I stir them. And for the recipe of the casserole, that's going to be just perfect right there, because we are going to be adding some more liquids, being sour cream, eggs, and a little bit of milk. So I'm going to take those off the stove and just set them back there and let them sit for just a couple minutes. And then, of course, in that time, I'm going to finish stir-frying my sausage and little sweet pepper mix here. And I'm going to go ahead and drop in my, teaspoon, somewhere between a teaspoon and a tablespoon of chives. I just kind of pinched them out of there. So now in go all my ingredients. I've got my sausage with peppers right here. And there they go. And I'm going to spoon my grits in there also. And then I'm going to pour in my egg mixture with the sour cream and buttermilk in it. And we're just going to mix all that around and then add some cheese. And now I'm going to add a pretty good sized handful, what would probably equate to about a cup of this shredded mozzarella cheese. And of course stir that in so that it's all very well blended. My oven has just told me that it is now preheated to 350, so all looks good there. I'm going to pop a little pepper over the top of it, just to sort of make it look pretty. And also I'm going to add a little organic ground turmeric, which of course around here, if you've been watching the videos, we just think that turmeric is healthy and we like to consume it. And if we're wrong, we're wrong. And now we're going to pop our casserole dish right on in the oven, preheated at 350. And we're going to set our timer for 40 minutes. Okay, folks, while we're waiting on the casserole to bake in the oven, I'll go ahead and tell you about a couple of variations you can use here. I do realize that not everybody out there likes grits. They are sort of a southern thing. But you can adjust this recipe slightly and use hash brown potatoes as a replacement for grits. And basically all you would do there is shred up a couple of potatoes with your shredder so they look sort of like Waffle House hash browns. Put those in a little cold water and let them sit for about 5 or 10 minutes. And then just stir fry those with your sausage and pepper mixture. Okay, so we're down to about 2 minutes on the timer, actually 1 minute. And we're going to go ahead and pull out our casserole here. And as you can see, it rose up real nicely. It's still got a little dampness on the top of it, but that's actually good because I'm going to add some quesadilla cheese to the top that I'm going to melt right over. So it's got that nice browned crust already. I'm not going to put a ton of it on here. Basically just enough that once it melts, it just adds sort of another color to the top and makes it kind of pretty. But it's got a good texture. As you see, when I shake it, it still moves a little. But I'm going to pop it back in for about 5 more minutes, and then we'll have a finished product. Okay, now it's been a few minutes, and our cheese is melted. And of course, our over-anxious chef had to take a little test out of the corner there, a test bite, which I'll have you know that it did pass. But now, if you see, we got a nice brown color. When I tasted it, there's still a nice amount of moisture in the grits, which have evenly been distributed throughout and mixed with the cheese and egg. Southern breakfast casserole is just a great little dish to throw together, man, when you got a little time in the morning. I mean, it's one of those things you do on the weekend. You're not going to pop this together on your way to work in the morning. It's a little time consuming, but it's really, really good. It's got a nice, crisp little sweet taste. The grits are just evenly distributed enough to give it texture, and it's just a great recipe. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the episode, and certainly invite you to try making our Southern breakfast casserole. If you would, please like and subscribe. You know, like thumbs up. You know, as I've mentioned, I do these. I do the little home edition version of the Old Biker Dude show to sort of give me a way to create content during the wintertime when, you know, I'm not able to ride, you know, long distances on my motorcycle. Unfortunately, because of these blood thinners I take with my heart condition, I just can't take that cold like I used to be able to, even with that lovely new iHood heated jacket that I have. I don't know if y'all saw the video on that, but you might want to go check that out. Those iHood jackets are awesome. But anyway, I'm sure, you know, appreciative that you guys dropped by, and, you know, if you can manage to stay around through the wintertime and check out my home recipes, or you know, if that's not your cup of tea and you're just, you know, a subscriber to the channel because of the motorcycle and camping, cooking content, hey, hang around, man. I'll be back. I'm going to be doing a lot of that this year. I'm planning on my tour around America for the late spring, early summer, where I'm going to take a 45 to 60 day trip around the United States, which of course will be my last time I'll ever have, you know, available for that probably, and that's why I want to make it a really memorable, you know, several, probably 40, 50 episodes, and so that, you know, something good to remember old biker dude by will be hanging around. But anyway, folks, I really appreciate you watching the videos, and as I asked before, if you could give me a thumbs up. Any of these recipes you want to know about or ask me questions about, either ingredients or method or anything like that, feel free to email me at oldbikerdude4540@gmail.com. I answer every email I get, every single one. So with all that said, thanks a bunch again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm an old biker dude, man.